This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, some young impressive coders from Mosgiel help break a world record. The government launches a new app for travellers in Queenstown. And if you're starting to feel stressed, the Otago Polytech might just have the remedy that you need, which involves going back to school. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Some very young members of Mosgiel Code Club turned up at a University of Otago lecture yesterday. Their appearance follows their success breaking the world record for the most children coding in one day. More than 28,000 coders helped break the record.
36 times.
A bunch of school pupils were on campus today teaching University of Otago students a thing or two about coding. Tell me what you most enjoy about coding.
Computer. I get to go on the computer.
These Mosgiel Code Club members aged 8 to 11 are using code to create via a program called Scratch. It's their skill at coding that allows this cat to walk backwards and forwards between the Earth and Moon. The pupils are already ahead of most of the students in this class, many who have never coded before.
Whatever you want it to do, like, you can tell it to, like, run, you can tell it to, like, jump, you can tell it to even fly.
I want to try achieve, like, to make proper games, like with JavaScript.
The skills will transfer into different areas of employment in adult life. Last week, the Mosgiel Club were among the 28,000 children from 56 countries who set a new mass coding record.
It felt good, but I didn't know it till, like, later that night.
That you'd broken the record?
Yeah.
Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
New Zealand Rugby plans to honour the legendary Sir Colin Meads with special tributes this weekend at Heartland Championship Games through to the All Blacks Bledisloe Cup Test match in Dunedin. All Blacks lock Sam Whitlock, who shares a number 5 jersey with Sir Colin, will gift his playing jersey from this weekend's Test match to the Meads family. Both Bledisloe Club teams and those attending the match at Forsyth Bar Stadium will acknowledge Sir Colin's recent passing by observing a moment's silence. The Black Ferns, currently playing in the Women's Rugby World Cup, wore black armbands in recognition of Sir Colin during their semi-final victory over the USA. An app which gives users real-time information on buses, attractions and good places to eat was launched in Queenstown today. The free government-funded app called Choice can be downloaded on Android and iOS smartphones. Mina Amso has the story.
Catching the bus to Coronet Peak for the Winter Games might be easier using a new mobile app called Choice. The government-funded app was launched today in Queenstown by Minister of Transportation Simon Bridges and Mayor Jim Bolt. Choice gives users real-time information such as bus times, cafes open nearby, or ski field information.
So these are new advertising channels for corporate cabs, for green taxis, and also for Queenstown taxis. So it's a great place for them to be secured from, where there's other digital solutions out there like Uber who don't operate in Queenstown and places like that. So we wanted people to have a real great experience where they're not having to phone people, hunt people down. English isn't their first language, so it's a trilingual application, Japanese and Chinese, so it just adds to the tourist experience.
The cost to develop the app was over $700,000, paid for from the National Land Transportation Fund. NZTA Rep Martin McCallan says the app is worth the investment, especially once it's rolled out to Dunedin and the rest of the country.
And it gives us, a couple of months or six to 8 weeks towards the end of the ski season to actually get some insights from the users. So this is all about testing and validation over the next 6 to 8 weeks, allowing us to learn and refine and make the app better, ready for next winter ski season and the summer holidays in between.
He says Otago Regional Council, Queenstown Lakes District Council and transport providers were key players to get the app off the ground.
So it's really, Ritchie's, GoBus, corporate cabs, green cabs, Queenstown taxis, the water taxi companies, the ski field operators, all the way through to local restaurants and other businesses as well who will be promoting this platform.
The app will be available to download for Android users today and iOS users next week. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Daffodil Day has been a fundraising event for the Cancer Society of New Zealand since 1990, and collectors are due to be out tomorrow. Hundreds of people in Otago and Southland take to the streets every year to support Daffodil Day and help collect money for the Cancer Society. The organisation's national body says donations go towards scientific research into the causes and treatment of all types of cancer. The Society says Daffodil Day gives hope for the 1 in 3 New Zealanders affected by cancer. End-of-year exam stress is building, but the good news is the Otago Polytechnic has the answer. It is running a room that provides a range of sensory experiences designed to smooth and calm. Roselle Lebone took some time out for a visit.
These occupational therapy students might have found the key to de-stressing this exam season. They have transformed this room in the middle of a car park into an oasis. I'm Roselle Lebone, mastering the art of Zen here at the Otago Polytechnic Sensory Room, where I'm learning something as simple as blowing bubbles can make all the difference to your mental health. The room is open to all ages and all levels of stress. It's designed as a respite from the hectic outside world.
It's from being on placement and seeing how these sensory things work with clients, and then thinking about the need that may be here with the students that have got anxiety.
We had to write a project charter, so the whole project was over 3 months, I think.
3 months.
So this is really just 1 week of action week where we actually exhibit all the things and have people here to try it out.
The room is fitted with objects which evoke the senses, including vibrating mattresses and kinetic sand.
It is a little bit weird, but it's quite enjoyable. Yeah.
A nice weighted dog and just like nice textural fabrics and like squeezy things.
If you're looking to become a disciple of Zen, unfortunately the pressure is on. Sessions end tomorrow at 3 p.m. Roselle Lebone, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, a coroner calls on the government to better address the high number of quad bike deaths and serious injuries. And a Queenstown company plans to build up to 350 units in 10 apartment blocks beside one of Queenstown's main highways.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air. It's Alex Campbell Menswear Midwinter Clearance. They've got 50% off jackets, knitwear and warm shirts, and $12 unisex thermal tees.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
The University of Otago, an institute of world-class education and the social epicentre of the city, with outfits needed for more formal functions like the ball and for less formal functions like...
The zoo? Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, Dad, you'll definitely see me. I'm the one in the yellow and blue face paint and the one's in the zoo.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikorai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's Pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
We're a 25 Moreau Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
If you're staring at empty walls, stare no longer. The Dunedin Art Show has arrived. Visit Dunedin's largest ever art show and take part in Otago's art sales event of the year. View and buy original artworks from established and emergent New Zealand artists. Thousands of artworks priced from $50. Opening night gala Thursday the 21st of September, with show days from Friday the 22nd to Sunday the 24th from 10 AM at the Edgar Centre, Andersons Bay. Visit the DunedinArtShow.co.nz for tickets and more info.
Welcome back. A coroner has called on the government to better address the high number of quad bike deaths and serious injuries following the death of a Milton man in 2014. Neville N. Anderson died in September 2014 after being crushed by a quad bike which rolled while he was working near Milton. In her findings into the death, Coroner Bridget Whitney issued a number of recommendations to improve quad bike safety and address a persistent concern. Whitney acknowledged rollover protection devices are a controversial issue in quad bike safety, but says Australian research provides the first in-field evidence about their protective benefit. There are plans to build up to 350 units in 10 apartment blocks besides one of Queenstown's main highways. The Junction Village development is proposed as worker accommodation and would occupy a 3.4 hectare site between Frankton Cemetery and Hanson Road along the Frankton Ladies Mile Highway. The land is owned by a company called Staff Accommodation, which hopes to start building next year, once consent has been obtained from the Queenstown Lakes District Council. Anecdotally, a happy working environment is linked to increased productivity and employee retention. Dunedin tech company ADI is a global leader with employees like the world over, and like many forward-thinking companies, believes keeping workers happy is a core goal. Daryl Baser investigates how art can help boost a company's morale.
Imagine working for a company which had an annual staff, families and partners art exhibition inside their own building. Head of Strategic Partnerships at Dunedin's ADI, Joe Simonetta, says he'd heard that many of their team had creative pursuits outside of work.
It's an idea that I had in relation to some artists within the actual organisations, both professional as well as amateur, and I thought it would be quite a good opportunity to draw out those individuals, and so it was mainly focused on staff members and their families.
Simonetta pitched the idea at the company's directors, who he says backed it, saying it would be good for staff morale.
Well, I think in terms of what's very important, obviously, in an organisation with as many people is the culture of the company, and you know, I think from 9 to 5 there's very much a focus on the work environment, and we do end up working across divisions and things like that.
The exhibition isn't open to the public. However, Simonetta is not ruling out making some of it visible, and plans to speak with a local gallery. Among the poetry, visual, electronic and sound pieces, there's also Simonetta's own ceramic work. Oh, and this is his flock too.
And so the art that they've contributed is very broad. It is from fine arts through to craft and poetry and video and sort of electronic devices, music, all of those sort of elements. So it's sort of artisan. I called it artisan, but you know, I've sort of pulled it under sort of artistic endeavours, I suppose.
Among the labyrinth of rooms, there's even a take on the Shakespearean classic Alas Poor Yorick, which gets a modern lip-syncing makeover. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
School pupils in Greymouth have been enjoying learning about different languages this week. The South Today went for a look.
These students at John Paul II High School have been celebrating International Language Week by using a first-hand approach to understanding a wide range of languages. Te teacher Tina Singer was involved in the process.
Where at the moment my students are learning how to introduce themselves in Māori, which is a mihi, and it's all about where they're from and all about their place and their parents and everything else in between.
The students have had the opportunity to learn phrases and answer questions relating to individual languages. Maori and Japanese were proving amongst the most popular languages to study. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, the Southland United football team played its last home game for the season in Invercargill, and we meet one of the finalists in the APRA Silver Scroll Awards to be hosted by Dunedin this year.
Autumn is here. Too late to sow grass seed, but never fear. Ready Lawn is here. Ready Lawn, your perfect all year round solution. Call Ready Lawn today.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte, and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsval, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsval and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now, 0800 502 402.
The Gate Hospitality and Tourist Centre is a standout attraction of Cromwell and Central Otago for travellers and locals alike, featuring the Harvest Hotel, which is Central Otago's gateway accommodation, featuring standard and premium rooms, which open onto breathtaking mountain, vineyard and rural views. The Harvest Hotel also has a relaxing, sun-trapped courtyard and standalone conference and wedding centre. The Hunting Lodge-themed Five Stags Bar and Restaurant provides an honest, welcoming, family-friendly place to grab a great feed and a relaxing beverage. Forage Information Centre and Cafe is light and spacious and serves fabulous food and bedazzling beverages and offers information and booking services. In every season, for every reason, the Gate Hospitality and Tourist Centre has something for everyone.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
It's Alex Campbell Menswear midwinter clearance. They've got 50% off jackets, knitwear and warm shirts and $12 unisex thermal tees.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Thanks for staying with us. The Southland United football team played its last home game for the season in Invercargill on Wednesday night. The team, who are new to the Southern Premier League this year, tied against the Queenstown Rovers at the ILT turf in Invercargill. Sharon Rees has more.
Southland United football team take to their home turf for the last time this season against the white-shirted Queenstown Rovers. This is the first season United has played in the Southern Premier League, and a 1-1 tie against the Rovers last night leaves them at 6th on the table of 9 teams with just one game left to play.
Middle table is, I think it's not what we want. We want to do much better next year. We want to be able to be more competitive and perhaps fight for the title. But this year was probably what was possible, and I think everyone is quite happy with what happened so far.
Captain Attain Halley says the team has built a strong foundation for next season.
I've spoken with Luis already, and he's obviously really keen to add to it. We've built a strong base. We've got some really good young players, and we know they're going to be sticking around. So he'll look to add to it, and I'd say given a good off-season, good pre-season, and a couple maybe imports or new players coming in, we could definitely push for the top 4.
The team started the match with some near goals, keeping the Rovers and the crowd on their toes.
Good.
And with both teams determined to take out the points, some disagreements were inevitable. Southern United will face Dunedin Technical next week and will be looking to finish the season with a win. I'm Sharon Rees for The South Today.
The end of September will see the APRA Silver Scroll Awards being hosted by Dunedin this year. One of the finalists is a composer currently based in Dunedin. Rudy Adrian found out more.
Chris Gendall has been a composer in residence, creating contemporary classical music at the University of Otago for the last 2 years. He won the prestigious Sounds Contemporary Composition Award in 2008 and has been nominated 4 other times, including again this year.
It's really fun to go to the Silver Scrolls, which is where they're awarded. The Silver Scrolls is the pop music prize, so it gets a little bit of attention and it's a fun night. But it also draws attention to what we do to contemporary classical music and how and pays respect to some of the great things that are going on, which makes me really proud, actually, of not just me but my colleagues as well.
Gendall likes to use ensembles and orchestras to create contemporary classical music that is interesting and diverse.
Yeah, I just try and express things that I think are interesting to me. I love the idea of possibility and diversity in music, and that's what I try and explore. I try and stay focused, but for me, I like the idea that when a piece begins, anything is possible within it, and that kind of possibility has a certain beauty and an aesthetic quality that might be alien at first, but should hopefully be really interesting and intriguing.
Gendall will find out if he is yet again a winner at the APRA Silver Scroll Awards, held this year in the Dunedin Town Hall, Thursday 28th September. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Some very young members of Mosgill's Code Club turned up at a University of Otago lecture yesterday to help show university students how easy it is. An app which gives users real-time information on buses, attractions and good places to eat was launched in Queenstown today. And the end of the year is rapidly approaching, and if you're starting to feel stressed, it might be time to head back to school. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page.
Good evening. We're taking a closer look at the government's announcement today that it's going to contribute $120 million to a covered multi-use facility in Christchurch. Sounds familiar, I guess. Former Lancaster Park, of course, was destroyed in the 2011 quake, and the city's been screaming out for a new facility since then. They've had temporary rugby ground, but not quite up to the scratch what they're looking for. They've come up with 4 options, basically going up to around $500 million. And the government assistance is going to raise a few eyebrows, of course, particularly as they've already paid $59 million for the land for this facility, so that's $179 million the government's put in. And when Dunedin built its stadium, it only got $15 million from the government. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting argument up there. Lots of people already angry, saying that the city's still, the roads around Christchurch are still pretty rough. They should be spending money on those rather than spending on this facility. But the fact the government's come out and put so much money into it suggests it will be going ahead. We're also having a look at the wider implications for Dunedin. I guess that'll mean 2 covered stadiums in the South Island, and someone's going to miss out
for
there.
bands, yeah,
yeah, for sure. You look at Ed Sheeran,
yeah.
with flights to Christchurch, perhaps an easier option as well. So it's going to raise some issues, I guess, for Dunedin.
Well, especially, and even for Christchurch too, because there's still some areas that look like a war zone.
Oh, exactly,
like after
and that's what a lot of the ratepayers are saying. We're still waiting for infrastructure for our residential area, so why are we spending money on this? So it's going to be a hot topic. They're talking about 7 years, but I suspect it's going to be longer than that, given some of the hoops they're still going to get through.
Yeah.
We've got a lovely little story about our birthday girl, Hannah Rose Spence, celebrating her first birthday today. The remarkable thing about her, she was born 11 weeks premature, weighed 650 grams and was dwarfed by a teddy bear when she was born. So she became a bit of a social media star a year ago. Her parents sort of marked her, I guess, her early days via Facebook, and had a lot of following there. So yeah, she's doing really well. Still very small, naturally for her age, but really healthy and doing wonderfully well. So it's a nice story, well worth a read.
We like a feel-good story as
we
well.
do. It's nice to get away from the doom and gloom sometimes, that's for sure. And here's another one actually. Sonny Bill Williams made an unannounced, of course the All Black midfielder, an unannounced appearance at a homework club for refugee children in Dunedin on Tuesday night. These kids get together once a week at the library to work on their homework, improve their English, those sorts of things. One of the coordinators tweeted Sonny Bill saying that it'd be lovely to see you along, but he heard nothing back, so he sort of turned up unannounced at this venue, and the kids just loved him. Some of them didn't know who he was, but once they mentioned All Black, they were all over him, and yeah, nice touch from him. And of course we've got the Wallabies as well. They're finally making their way to Dunedin. They're due to get here just after 6 o'clock, so we'll be out there catching up with them and have coverage of that in tomorrow's paper.
Okay, lovely. Thank you for that, Craig Page. Definitely lots to read in tomorrow's ODT. And now time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Sportsville.
Starting with today's southern view taken in Dunedin City. Looking at the situation, our northerly airflow will blow over the South Island for a few days with rain in the west, but fine in the east. To the southern outlook, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden, it's moderate northerlies, high cloud and 14 for the Lotter view. To the central outlook, Queenstown and Wanaka northerlies, high cloud and you're both 14. Tiana can expect northerlies, some rain and 14. Alexandra can enjoy 16 degrees with northerlies and some high cloud. To the northern outlook, Oamaru and Timaru, northerlies, high cloud and you're both 15. Omarama, Twizel, light northerlies, high cloud and you're both 14 degrees. Here in Dunedin tonight, fine with light northerly winds with an overnight low of 6 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny periods and a high cloud with moderate and mild northerlies, 16 and 7. And mostly fine with high cloud on Saturday, moderate north to northeasterly winds, but some showers possible at night, 15 and 7. And in Invercargill tonight, a few showers with moderate northwesterlies with an overnight low of 8 degrees. Tomorrow, cloud and showers clearing with sunny periods increasing during the afternoon. Mild northerly winds dying out, 14 and 8. And sunny periods and some cloud on Saturday night, light westerly winds, 15 and 8. And that's our news for this Thursday. For the latest news from the South Today team, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.